Welcome back to Photo Finds. I am your host, Kevin Yee. Let's get started, where this week we are going to look at the SeaWorld Christmas celebration and the decorations throughout SeaWorld Orlando. At the front, they've got a fairly massive tree, really some pretty lights going on there, and of course this giant snowman, which is there for photos, also in the front area. In the marketplace zone, they've got these lights set up across the sky, and we'll see several more of those. Here they are, and this is also a region where they let it snow from time to time with those fancy soap bubbles that you've seen from so many parks. And then they also project these nutcrackers and gingerbread men and so forth throughout the region. Here's a bit of a fake snow globe where you can go in and take photos, throw some snow around as well. And they really just have decorated the park in a lot of little ways, like these garlands and lights that you see at this stadium and some of the other stadiums as well. They've got a holiday dinner at Sharks, with such things as the surf and turf choice or the roasted chicken. Didn't try that one though. Sharks itself has a bit of a garland overlay as well. Now these are what you're primarily going to notice as you walk around SeaWorld, these lights that light up and kind of drip their way down on many of the canopy trees that you see throughout the park. So it lends a festive environment to the park overall and makes it look like a great place to hang out and just get into the Christmas spirit, where they've got the songs playing throughout the park. A sea of red trees in the back area near what used to be the hospitality center. And then in the kids zone, they've taken out the remote controlled cars and put in this train, and the train rides are included, and you can travel sort of around a fairly quick track and still more lights. You can see in the background there that they've got lights hung up on the kids sort of nets and sliding zone, as well as the play boat nearby. The Polar Express takes over during the Christmas season, the simulator that they have, Wild Arctic simulator that they have, and they've got sort of a full-scale mock-up on the side. I know we didn't go in to take pictures this time, but I've seen it in previous years. They've got another Christmas tree and a Meet Santa opportunity there at the first room just inside, and a bit more theming of the Polar Express as you get onto the simulator. It's always very well decorated and very well done. In this theater, which is all the way over on the side, not too far from the Shamu Theater, they've got ice skating set up in the foreground, and you can see the sea of trees in the background. We'll see that again in a moment. And then they have the Christmas Marketplace zone, which uses the temporary booths that SeaWorld trots out from time to time. Really highly decorated this time, though, for the Christmas season, and this kind of luminaria boxes, hard plastic lining the ground. And then some photo opportunities with animals like swans we saw at one place, and then the polar bears here at the beginning of that zone. Here's the sea of trees. Now this is kind of surrounding the area near that walkway from the front entrance over to the Shamu Stadium. You can see Shamu in the background here. And the sea of trees is normally just lit up with normal colors. They do a show only a couple of times per night, and where the trees dance a little bit and light up kind of all in unison. It's very pretty, though the show doesn't really fully compare to the Osborne lights. Here's more of those garlands that you can see at the Shamu Stadium, and some more of the blue trees that they've got at the Shamu Zone. Here at the Shamu Stadium, they have some folks dressed up, SeaWorld trainers dressed up in Santa hats, handing out candy canes to the kids, where the Christmas show Miracles comes out, and then the orcas come out and do their usual routines. There's less of the interaction in the water with the animals for Miracles, and this is the big one till we come here in the finale of Miracles. The Clyde and Seymour show has also got a holiday version where the elf is preparing everything for the Christmas season, and the mime comes out with the toys later, and of course Santa Claus is the giant walrus. Always funny. More garlands, this time on the Nautilus Theater, where we're here to see O Wondrous Night. Now this is the Nativity show, and there are two shows on the night that we visited, and they were both very heavily subscribed. So if you're going to go to this, make sure you come early and leave enough time to get a good seat. And it's a musical show. It is told through singing, and it is inherently Christian in its message. So in that sense, it's not too different from the Candlelight Processional you might have seen at Disney's Epcot. There's a bit more of a gospel flavor to some of the way the songs unfold. And the other part that's not like candlelight processional is the use of puppets. So the main characters of the story are the donkey and this bird and this lamb, and they're told through puppetry, so the puppeteer doesn't really hide himself or herself, and in that sense it kind of resembles more the Nemo show at Disney's Animal Kingdom. And then they'll also have the Mary and Joseph. They're trying to explain the various ways the animals were responsible for the baby Jesus being born in the manger, and as opposed to in a hotel room or something, or an inn. And the show really unfolds in the same pacing as Candlelight Processional, in that there's a little bit of story and acting, and then that leads to the next song. So there's not a celebrity narrator, but they link things together instead through the storyline, and then they break into song every so often. And the way the song is done, with fewer people than Candlelight Processional, but with microphones, really is very powerful singing. And it culminates at the end with, as you can see here, live animals. So in the nativity scene, and this is really almost the very last moment here, will culminate with the angel up top, the star, and then a bunch of live animals, the donkey, the sheep. They've now replaced those puppets, as well as live camels, and these are very large animals. And they made their way in through the audience, actually up the aisles. And so it's a really engaging performance that I think you don't want to miss, and it's their new show this year. That does it for me from this week, and a brief reminder that I've got a new book out for the 2011 holiday season. It's the yearbook of everything that has changed at Walt Disney World throughout this year. It's picture heavy, and you can find it on Amazon. Thanks as always for your attention.